Good morning. Welcome to Handmade by Julia Quinn. Today I'm sharing with you, I've put everything a long way away from me, this card using markers because we're focusing on using the markers. And we've used the markers to create this lovely background effect that I've got on the card here. I'm also using the fabulous Apple Harvest stamp set, which has some gorgeous little images, and it also has a coordinating die set which is coming starting on Thursday. So you'll be able to order these two as a bundle with a 10% discount starting on Thursday, the 1st of September, okay? But I just love these dies because they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 leaves that you can die cut all at the same time. 4 flowers, 2 large, 2 small, and 4 little tiny starry flowers for inside, as well as the outlines to these lovely apple images, on the stamp set. So there we go. Right, let's get started. The first thing we need to do, and this is the whole point of this card, is to create the background effect that with your markers. So I'm using Parakeet Party and just scribbling away. If I put it over the white one, you'll be able to see. Just scribble away with Parakeet Party, and then Tahitian Tide. Put some more in there. Love the squeak. And Starry Sky. Rightio. Starry Sky, as you can see, is the most intense colour. I'll put that there. Rightio. So this is to create my background that I'm going to put the die cut images on. I'm going to use our spritzer. Hello, Lynette. It's lovely to see you here. Thank you for saying good morning so that I can see. Alright, so I'm using my spritzer, which is a bit sticking today. Is there anything coming out? Oh, there we go. I've got water everywhere. And one more. Okay. Pop you over the side there. Hang on, I'll just use my nappy, wipe my bench so that I don't have water everywhere. And then just pop your block. Now this is one of my largest blocks. Pop it down. Should have made it wetter. Onto shimmery white cardstock. You know what I'm going to do? I'll just move you out of the way. I'm going to spritz my actual cardstock to create a bit more of a watery look there. Just pop that there. There you go. I like it a bit waterier. And I'm also going to use, just get a bit of scrap paper here, my leftover bits and pieces to put some more colour. If I spritz my block again to reactivate all of those colours, put a bit more colour for the inside of my card. There we go. Just set that aside to dry. Oh, I can put a bit more down there. There. All right. Set that one aside to dry, and then that's all my colouring done for my background. And I'm going to use my, because this is shimmery white, you can actually do some nice little bits of colouring on it because it holds water pretty well. And just clean off my brush and add a bit more because I like it a bit more splotchier looking rather than the drips and drops. All right, now I prepared a head and I have all of the die cut flowers and the leaves ready to go already with on mini glue dots. But just while I've got this here, I'm going to add a bit of colour to the centre of my flowers using a little bit of the leftover colour. So the Stampin' Write markers work the same as your inks, and you can just use them for watercolouring and painting and all that sort of stuff. You just got to scribble a bit of colour on a non-porous surface and you have a colour palette of whatever colour you want. So, you know, if you've got your family of Stampin' Write markers, they come in their families of 10 colours. you have lots of options for lots of different colouring opportunities there. Okay, so that's that done. Let's start. While that's all sitting there, let's do our stamping. I'm using Tahitian Tide for my stamping, and this really cool little image from the stamp set, the Apple Harvest stamp set, that little crosshatchy bit, I'm just going to add. And I'm not worried whether it's a little bit watery or wet, because it just creates that lovely little, there we go. So that's my front panel, and just add a few little bits and pieces here. Wipe off my table. Should have used my scrap paper, shouldn't I? And while I've got my Tahitian Tide there ready, I've got my greeting, which is thanks for your kindness. I'll stamp that on here. Thanks for your kindness. This is a lovely stamp set for friends too. One of the stamped images says the greatest gift is a good friend. Isn't that perfect? Using my double oval punch. Oh my goodness, I cut this a bit small. Hopefully I can... I need to get a scrap out of my bin. Here we go. Here's a scrap. And stick a little bit of seal on the end. Stick that there, and that will enable me to use it in my punch. There we go. Pop that back in my rubbish bin. That's all done. Take off the excess bit. There we go. Cool. Now I can put all this back together for my card. So let's do the inside one first. And some seal there. There, onto some parakeet party cardstock, which is just about 2 centimeters larger, I think, than my shimmery white cardstock. Oops. There we are. That one goes on the inside. So much potential with this great idea of creating background, isn't it? And then this is a little bit wet, so I will use my scrap paper again so that I don't get it all over the table. Pop that onto my parakeet party there. And back over here. That will also serve to blot any excess so that I can put this together for you. Rightio. So that looks so cool. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is add my branch, and I've already put some mini glue dots on my branch here. So just stick him on there. And then with the magic of these mini glue dots, I just pick up all my flowers and stick them straight on. Isn't that fun? And then the leaves, just pop them underneath. Whoops, that one didn't work so well. I have to get another mini glue dot for that one. There we go. Some leaves down there. The dies create a beautiful textured edge with these leaves, and because they've got they cut all the way through, they actually give some movement to the leaves so that they fold up very easily. And one underneath here, and another one here. Oops, just poking it in. One more down here, I think. Stick it underneath my petal. There we go. And these little guys right in the center of my flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let me double check. Have I used everything? Yes. And I'll use this one that I didn't do properly on a mini glue dot here and poke you underneath there. There we go. And then, thanks for your kindness, I'll put on some dimensionals. 1, 2, pop that up here. And then the last thing is my bow, made out of this gorgeous Tahitian tied metallic ribbon. There we go. And again with the mini glue dot. I love mini glue dots. Stick you just there and trim. What do you think? Isn't that the prettiest card in the whole world? I love these colours. They are so Julia, these colours. I just love it. There you go. I hope you're inspired. And check out this gorgeous Apple Harvest Apple Blossoms bundle coming next month. And have a go creating a beautiful background effect with your markers and your block. I love it. Oops, sorry. I just stood up and saw that my cards are down too low. I hope you've enjoyed that. See ya.